chills.
You make me feel. Now slide your key in. Ooh, it gives me chills. And with your engine trapped between my thighs, it's a power rush, a burning rush. You make me wanna fly. Oh, in and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Pour it on, boy. Take me to the night. And ain't no stopping. So what's the use in trying? Destination, baby, all I know is that you and me were meant to be. Never let me go. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, it's going through my head. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. I never thought that love makes you crazy. I never thought that love makes you high. I only hope that love is forever. I only hope that love never dies. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Never let me go. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, it's going through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. I like the way that you make me feel.
My goodness. Thank you. Yeah. What's happening? Love you too. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I showered. But thank you guys. Everybody, welcome to Making Pax Stereo TV, the weekly syndicated show here at Pax Stereo, where we bring you into our world, the world of creating, managing, developing a personal internet television network. See, friends of ours said, we never heard of that, or any folks like you doing it, so we want to know more. So we meet all the time, but every week we sort of meet to lay out the week's agenda. So because of that, we started this series, which is the ongoing series of Making Pax Stereo TV, where we include you in the discussions that we have every week. And we always do it on Sunday to get ready for the week, get stuff out there, exhale to get ready for the week. Now, Vic, any announcements before I get into any special announcements that you have this week?
No, I mean, there's no special announcements, but I'll say part of the making of Pax Stereo involves the ongoing usage of those new apps that we're integrating with not only our shows here, but what we're doing away from here with Meerkat and Periscope. And joining us in our making of Pax Stereo is Miko over here on the side. She was out at Art Walk LA along with myself, and we went and said,
They're walking amongst art.
Let's just try.
Walking art.
What they say is
Whatever.
do
Art
this.
walk. Whatever that means.
Whatever it is.
Walking art or walking amongst art.
The experience is take your traditional camera because it may be better with the features and everything versus taking the apps that you get the immediate turnaround. It wasn't even close. Yeah. So the making of Pax Stereo to me was solidified by engaging these two new apps for different reasons, but it also cultivated, for me, a culture of looking forward to something that really removes you from traditional broadcasting. And we do that a little bit here. We flirt with traditional and real, but that experience at Art Walk LA was something that just made it, you just get too much out of it instantaneously. So to me, whether that's new to people who, use Periscope or not,
here's where it gets interesting now, and what we're going to be working on, because as part of those things, what we have to do is make sure that the videos are accessible after the fact.
That's right.
And what everybody's talking about, you guys, is Periscope and Meerkat are the two new instant streaming apps that are very quick. Even I can tell you, the other apps also are very quick. People just, again, the penetration is more than just that.
Right.
Like I tell you, I went and looked at some of the other video streaming apps in comparison. They also are, almost everybody now has an instant start available to recording.
Right.
But it's more to it than that, because, again, it's the subtleties that make all the difference. It's how that it's shared, and the fact that you have instant sharing of it in a way that's unprecedented, because the nature of it is that the video streaming goes, people are notified based on their own preferences, or the fact that either Meerkat or Periscope may be, sort of scanning what's out there, then promoting certain ones more on their site.
Right.
But at least these kinds of instant streaming apps are the biggest new wave. When I say new, you're truly talking about the last 6 months. You had some things that were done in the end of 2014,
right?
But no one really knew much about it. Meerkat really hit hard this March. I believe it was March, April, because with South by Southwest. I believe that's March.
Right.
And so things have continued to go since then. So this is new and breaking. For those, go get the apps. Go get Periscope, everybody. Go get Meerkat and sign up for Pax Stereo. Sign up for, right now, the folks here at Pax Stereo that we all have them. So you can sign up for, now Miko's is a little different because you have to search Miko's Williams Show.
Right.
S-H-O. So you have to search that. The other ones, you can search them too, and you'll get them at Pax Stereo, Victor Allen, and Mara Hemsley. Then you can sign up and follow people, then you'll be notified when they go live. Okay, so now that's part of the phenomenon. Yeah, so we continue to test that. In fact, we're integrating it in more and more ways. Would have been doing it here tonight, but we had so many other things that went on today. Okay, so I want everybody to be aware. Please sign up for Periscope apps on your phone. If you have an Android device, once again, it's a little lagging for the Androids. Okay, Periscope is there for the Android. Meerkat is not, as far as I know.
Right.
Meerkat is not, but Periscope is available for the Android. And so Periscope is owned by Twitter. And we're going to be using both of them. I can tell you in general, even though we will be attempting to use both simultaneously, multiply, on live events, we're going to be tending more toward Meerkat for live performance events. And for some of the more telegraphed, like show types of things, more Periscope.
Right.
Because Periscope is laid out with a lot of different functionality that makes certain things easier.
Yeah.
But again, that's because Twitter owns them, and they can do it. Anybody else who designs functionality once it's popular, Twitter blocks it. Because they don't want you to be so popular with their stuff.
Right.
So in some ways, when you build anything for Twitter, you have no way of knowing how Twitter is going to treat you, unfortunately. And that's the way it's become today. Okay?
True.
All right. So one of the things to be aware of is that the only regularly scheduled show right now is the the Tuesday, which is the triple banger. That's the DJ Miko pre-show, Quiet Storm, followed by the I Victor. Other than that, we're going with more autonomous programming for a second till we talk about the schedule.
True.
In other words, the stuff that comes up through Meerkat, through Periscope, you'll be notified. We'll be going live in a moment's notice.
Right.
Some of the we'll try to be instituting a 15-minute pre-show advance announcement. But that's what we're going to do because the software, their systems are encouraging that.
Right.
To have pre-shows for show things.
Right.
Where you know. But that's not the same as being out for when you have a show thing to have a pre-announcement for those.
Right.
Okay. So for those, now why is this relevant? So for those of you who are selling anything, see, you said making Pax Stereo, well, you said internet television, right. Well, you have to use all of these things to best promote yourself. If you're doing a talk show, you may want to interact with callers. That's one of the things we're talking about.
Right. On
the Quiet Storm, how do we interact with people on Meerkat and Periscope who are making requests? Because that's in that world, too. We already did some of those experiments. I can tell you how I deal with it. I deal with it like I deal with any of the stuff. You take it to account and you find out what you want to do.
Right.
You're aware of it. You can talk about it. You try to interact and embrace the people. I can tell you that in the experiment, we had over 640 people that viewed, and at a peak of 72 simultaneous.
No, it was people. On the 4th.
That was the one. That was the one on the 4th.
4th of July, the experiment. Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So very good numbers, and even the other thing I did still had very good numbers too.
Right. True.
So then they're getting numbers. People are looking for this. We find the title is important. Okay.
Yeah.
So now announcement wise, so that's the big thing, Vic.
Yeah.
Just so you know, this week I'm going to be also off Wednesday, Thursday, so I have time for these things.
Right.
The aquarium stuff, just some stuff to decide. For those of you who don't know, we've been working on, and we'll be doing a show upcoming on our underwater training facility. Because we have a number of underwater drones, specifically drone fish,
right,
robot fish,
right,
yes, robot fish, and robot turtle is coming in August. So we already have a fleet of robot fish and robot turtle, some of which, these are mostly dummy models, but we'll be attempting to imbue them,
right,
is that the word, with our own brand of artificial intelligence. So take a look out for that. We're going to have those shows coming out. They're built. Basically the underwater facility, which is basically, because these are miniature drones, so they're fancy aquariums that we're updating and retrofitting.
Right.
So the aquariums are basically there with there's nothing alive in them. Everything is either a robot or synthetic.
Right.
And so they're ready to be looked at and us to review as it relates to the upcoming shows. When we introduce everybody to our drone fish. Can't fry them. Can't eat them. Even though some of them did get eaten in the trial tests. We took them out into the ocean, and lo and behold, something ate them.
There you go. There you go.
This proves how real the drone fish can be. Of course, that video segment is forever lost. Okay, now we're on the schedule, Vic. I got some ideas for the upcoming schedule. Because this is the week we're supposed to be starting back. And that means we're going to, in the time that we've been on the high, we had a little vacation, 2 weeks. And now we're going back to a production schedule. So I had some ideas to run past you for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Based on what we need to get accomplished, it looks like, and I would suggest that we meet in the studio, do Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays with a shorter schedule on Wednesday. For example, on Mondays, I'm suggesting 10 to 12 noon that we do basically the web work. From 12 to 1 p.m., do what I call tech play. That's a 1 hour segment. The 10 to 12 is a 2 hour segment. We're doing the web work. The question is, whether or not these become shows or whatever. But at least initially, we could just go to look at what the work is, or decide how if we want to have people listen in.
Right.
We just have to decide that.
Yeah.
But so I was saying from 10 to 12 on Mondays and Tuesdays would be the web work, which specifically would be all of that stuff, making the task list.
Right.
We know we're going to identify the website stuff.
Right.
But it would just be still, it would be 10 to 12, Monday and Tuesday. So that's 4 hours a week.
Okay.
The tech play, which really involves us playing for 1 hour, again, these are rough time things, with stuff here in the pool.
Okay.
Whether it be Nerf, it's totally open, whether it's Nerf, robot, whatever. It's just playing with them.
Right.
Here. Whatever it is. And that's 12 to 1. So the idea would be to shift. The other thing is that we can practice shifting. I was actually planning to have the portable system set up so we might shift to the portable system.
Okay.
And use only it, or you bring one camera, whatever. That's kind of up to you. Because I definitely was going to set up a bunch of the shots to be the USB cameras. The laptop cam. So the whole production aspect of that's what we're going to be tackling.
Okay.
Then 1 to 3 p.m. would be the excursion. So it's roughly the same times that we were doing before, except that the 1 to 3 p.m. we basically go out. It's still basically our eat thing, but we could try to tie something into it.
Okay.
And then that would be it for Mondays, because we don't do Monday nights. But we could consider other meeting things if we need to. But Tuesdays, it's the same thing, 10 to 12 noon, then 1 hour for 2 hours of web work. Then we stop and do the tech play. Then we leave. After the tech play, we go do the excursion, which is depends on whatever we want. It depends. Sometimes it'll be going things. That's Monday and Tuesday. It's the same schedule.
Right.
On Wednesday, it's the different schedule because it's the 10 to 12, and then that's it. 12 to 1, we do metadata review. That means we do the metadata review
Right.
over the past days.
Okay.
How we split up the time is still roughly is about the same time, meaning that we're going to be trying to get out of here. The goal was to try to get out of here leaving around 1 p.m.
I got you.
on Mondays or Tuesdays with an idea of doing something that would be over by 3. Now, I'd say that roughly because if we drive down, like, for example, we drive down to Tech Space or something or drive to another place, then we might be leaving there at 3.
Coming back, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole point would be to be going out for the lunch and excursion, or going wherever we're going to go,
Right.
to make that around the 1 o'clock time.
Okay.
So it's a little earlier, but to try to get things moving.
Yeah.
And then that allows me to come back and do packaging stuff.
Okay.
Because we're going to have less packaging too,
Right.
theoretically, depending on how we're doing this stuff.
Okay.
And again, this is just rough, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So because we have to see, it still is the main thing. Roughly, you're saying 10 to 1, leave at 1. And while you're out after 1, one of those ends up being excursion. But excursion also, we agreed, it could also be food and stuff. It's
Right.
just a matter of, that's where I'm about to raise the ante about how we plan those.
Right.
Okay, now, keeping that in mind, we actually could I'm proposing that we do a show on Saturday night, something like Saturday Night in the Streets, something like that, which is basically a 90-minute excursion with social media and food, where we basically pick and go somewhere in LA on Saturday nights and eat and do social media. So we would pick the place and try to, theoretically, we're killing a bunch of birds with one stone. We're hungry anyway.
Right.
It's Saturday night. We get to go out, have a eat, quick excursion to be done.
Okay.
The goal to be 60 to 9. I said 90 minutes because I figured we have to drive. But with roughly $100 budget, that means roughly $80, but we can decide whether or not we're going to spend, because you have to think of the tips. But we can decide about that. It could be that we go, but roughly around $100 budget, whether we include the tip in that or not.
Okay.
But the idea would be to go out to pick. But now where this gets more interesting is that part of the production had to do with really more you. Well, the question is, how do we want to partner up, picking out the food trucks or picking out the restaurants and decide what we're doing for the Saturday night.
Right.
See, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have to still decide who's coming up with the stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the same. Like you could do it some and I could do it some, but still, the issue has to be like, for example, and oh, by the way, that kind of sprung out of what you guys were doing the other night anyway. It was the same concept that we pay attention to what's going on somewhere in the city. That's okay. We roll over to there, eat, and post media, and do it as a regular Saturday occurrence.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's
It doesn't
easy.
have to be every Saturday, but I don't see it could be most of them because we're going to want to eat, right?
Right. Right. No, I understand. I completely understand because you know why you're going to your destination. It became more about, like the example this week. Yeah, we know it's art walk, and it's a festival. It's already known to a certain degree, so we knew that we were going to have that segment of eating while we're taking the journey through the galleries, the street, the whole activity. And the food became prominent in it because a lot of people came over there unexpectedly. So out of that, I completely get it. You know,
Right, yeah, because I left room for when you go to places where there aren't food.
Right.
And you just eat a hot dog. You
Right.
could still post the thing to me, man, we don't have to do it every time. And each Monday and Tuesday both don't have to be excursions the same kind of excursion.
Right.
It just means that we get done and get out.
I agree.
Either go look at places and do quick shorts or go out and try to be out places.
Right.
And even if we don't do 2 every week, at least we have it on our schedule, right?
Right.
To try to do those things. The same thing with the Saturday night in the streets. You know, if we just pick things that we want to go down and be in front of,
Right.
sometimes it might be just events, right? We say we'll go down and be in front of this event for a while,
Right.
then grab food at this place,
Right.
and we can report on it. The idea had also to do with the fact of designing more programming around the times that we already are available to do programming.
Right.
And since Saturday night is a good time for a lot of reasons to do something where it's short and intermittent, where there's no fixed thing. It's during
Right.
that 90 minutes route. Who knows how many Periscope or Meerkat things that we start up or stop or whatever.
Right.
It's just leaving it open, right?
Right.
We could say we're going to go chase down this food truck tonight, or we're going to go be in front of this or in
Right.
front of that.
Right.
I was just leaving it open so that we could have a more formalized structure and know that we could do it at a time that we think is convenient for
Right.
us, because it doesn't have to be live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's because there's always for us to work with that. So anyway, I left that too. So those are the things to think about. That about tomorrow being Monday, being 10. Now, one of the things I was thinking about too is when we're out on the Saturday nights in the streets, is whether or not we do something like what I called a mobile I Victor moment, where see if all of us take pictures, those can be combined into an animoto or some kind of a presentation,
Right.
so that when we go do the out events, there's some protocol things we could think about of ourselves to make sure we come back with enough pictures
Right.
that I could formulate something out of the event,
Right.
just to maximize it. So whatever we want. If we want animotos after these kind of things, the animotos could be had.
Right.
So I was just thinking about that when we do this, okay? And just like to try to formalize when we're out what we do. Whether or not, like in other words, I didn't know what else to call things. Personal video journal. Only because when we're out at certain things, everybody, besides reporting on it, there's the thing about making a personal short about what it was to you, kind of, why I'm here. Or the whys. It can
Right.
be short. But something like that, because those also help when you come back and try to put it all into
Right.
together. You at least have some stuff where you're saying why you did it, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the whole motivation. That's the same motivation as the art.
Yeah,
walk.
because
It
I'll
was-
come back and
was-
piece together
yeah,
stuff, and
that
we
was
know
easy.
we'll be coming back and piecing together things that won't seem like they're complete thoughts, but we'll fill it in with little things, right? To make it seem like, okay, here's It'll be something that broadcasts, which is a combination of shorts and photos from something being out. So with the titles and everything around it, it'll be a complete entity, even though it may not generate. See, what happens is you're not going to always bring back a complete thought to me. It's hard to say.
No,
I mean,
no, I know
you know what I'm
what you're
saying?
talking
You bring back this comment and these scenes of people walking around.
Right.
You still need something else to take and roll that into
Well, yeah. Once you
a broadcast thing.
Yeah, once you introduce your personal journey of what you're looking forward to, and what you're going to find out, you may not even get there. But if you're telling the people, this is what I'm going after, and what I hope to find out, what I hope to, as long as you give them that view, you're already taking them through a journey. You may not even get the results you want, but at least they know why you're.
Well,
going.
that's what we're saying. So for those of you who don't understand, I know a little confusing. What we're saying is that when you go out and do selfies, and let's include Meerkat and Periscope as video selfies and all this. When you go out and do selfies, and there are different kinds of selfies. Some are more self-explanatory.
Right.
Like if it's you here at the beach in your bikini.
Right.
Well, that doesn't require a lot of explanation. For some of you, the kind of selfies you do never require explanations because you don't show anything that will require an explanation.
Right.
Now, if you happen to be in a different environment, it becomes way more interesting when you report on that environment. That's what Meerkat and them you're seeing people do. So when they're down at events, they're actually attempting to report on the thing. So that's what we're talking about. So how we do our selfies, what we're saying is as a group, me, Vic, Miko, and even the people who are around, we're going to all be looking at each other's selfies and short videos,
Right.
along with the metadata, with an eye toward how we can improve them. We know the key things. The metadata is important. The title, in other words, the title, and then the opening video, the scene that you have the camera on. When you hit start, becomes the short picture for that video. So you have to try harder to get an opening shot that's representative. You know, I don't know how you do it sometimes because some of them don't let. What I'm noticing is that the app doesn't necessarily let you start in the return camera. So
No,
you
it
have to
Double.
you have to do something in the front camera, then switch
Flip
it.
it, right.
So, but again, you still leaves you with having to have something good on the picture in the first part.
Right.
So we're working and talking about how we can make better selfies, better use of them, and add them to the broadcasting platform. And believe it or not, that's one of the big issues in today's internet television. Because I can tell you that my definition of internet television has already changed again in 2015. It's already changed, and it's dramatically different. Again, even though it incorporates a lot of the same elements,
Right.
it's the hows and whys, and you use them, that makes it so different.
True.
Okay? All right, so Vic, we talked about the schedules. That's what we're going to be doing this week. You guys, we don't know what we're broadcasting. If after a while we find it easy enough to do, we may be doing a lot of broadcasting Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays because there's a bunch of this stuff that's capable of being broadcast. We just have to
Right.
decide how we want to do it.
More. That's right.
Okay. Okay. And I talked about the Saturday night. Okay, 11 to 12, we talked about that. Okay, that's the grocery list. Okay. I told you about the aquarium stuff. The underwater
Yep. Already did
underwater drones. And then, okay, now, for Miko, while she's thinking about her theme for the week, so she, you know, that way we won't have to remind her every week. But she's thinking about her theme for the week, and knowing full well that a genre of music is not a theme. So a theme cannot be oldies but goodies. That would not be a theme. That would be a genre of music. So we would think about a theme, okay, and not a genre of music. The Quiet Storm theme is out there, and it's what is the Quiet Storm theme? It's the heat wave. Where I have to look it up here. Oh, here it is. We haven't even published it yet.
Right.
It's Heat Wave.
Right.
Makes you want to take your clothes off.
There you go.
Heat Wave. All right, hot. Featured artist TBA. We'll all be all about the summer heat wave. That's obviously not hitting some people.
No.
Because it's a crazy summer.
Yep.
But LA, the weather is really weird. This is more humid than we ever have it. Crazy weather, but it still cools off at night.
Yeah. We're enjoying it, though.
All right.
We're enjoying it.
All right, so that's it, basically, I think. Ongoing schedule changes. Look for more shows coming. New stuff coming all the time. Sign up for Periscope and Meerkat so you can get notified when the new stuff is coming. And that way you won't have to worry. PMC, that's a good one for you. Sign up. Then if we go live in the morning, you'll get a good notification. I can join us. So try those things. That's Periscope. You can look it up on your, again, if you have an Android device, you don't have Meerkat available yet for Android, but Periscope is there. That's the one that's owned by Twitter. Miko's using it regularly. Join up, sign up, follow her and the rest of us and Pax Stereo. And then for those of you who have the iOS devices, make sure you go and get Meerkat also so that you can deal with both. Now I'm regularly carrying around 2 phones because I have to do these 2 things. One is Pax Stereo. At least I'm trying to develop the protocol for Pax Stereo versus Mario Hemsley, with the idea that we can pass the Pax Stereo phone around a little bit.
There you go.
With the idea it's ready to go do. It's not a phone, it's an app-based thing.
Right.
So, anyway. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. You've been listening to and watching Making Pax Stereo. This is our meeting. We talk about stuff we have to do.